Electricity feels permanent until the moment it isn't. Most people assume power outages last a few minutes or maybe a few hours. But storms, infrastructure failures, extreme heat, winter freezes, or grid overloads can sometimes leave entire areas without electricity for days. When that happens, daily life changes immediately. Refrigerators stop working. Water pumps may shut down. Communication becomes harder. Stores close. Medical devices stop running. And simple tasks like cooking, lighting a room, or keeping medication safe suddenly become complicated. The difference between chaos and stability during a long power outage is preparation. The good news is that preparing for a long-term outage does not require complicated equipment. What matters most is understanding the basic systems that keep a household functioning when electricity disappears. The first system to think about is lighting. When the power goes out after sunset, darkness becomes the first challenge people notice. Many households rely only on their phone flashlights, but phone batteries drain quickly and may need to be preserved for communication. A more reliable approach is to keep several battery-powered flashlights in known locations throughout the house. Lantern-style lights can illuminate entire rooms more effectively than small flashlights. Rechargeable lights with backup batteries can also be useful. The goal is to make sure basic movement around the home remains safe even when the grid is down. The second system is water. Electricity plays a larger role in water access than many people realize. In some homes, well pumps require power to move water. In certain cities, water pressure can also become inconsistent during extended outages. Because of this, storing a small supply of drinking water is an important part of preparation. Emergency planners often recommend having at least several days of water available for each household member. This water can be stored in clean containers or commercially sealed bottles. Water is not only needed for drinking. It is also important for cooking, hygiene, and basic sanitation. The third system is food storage. When the power goes out, refrigerators and freezers slowly warm up. Food that normally stays fresh for days can spoil much more quickly. For short outages, keeping the refrigerator door closed helps preserve cold air. But during longer outages, households need alternative food options. Shelf-stable foods such as canned goods, dried foods, rice, beans, and ready-to-eat meals can provide reliable nutrition when refrigeration is unavailable. Manual can openers are another small but essential tool. Without them, canned food may become difficult to access. The fourth system is cooking. Electric stoves and microwaves stop working during outages. Without an alternative cooking method, preparing hot meals becomes difficult. Some households keep small camping stoves or outdoor grills that operate on propane or similar fuels. These tools allow basic cooking even when the electrical grid is unavailable. Safety is important here. Cooking devices designed for outdoor use should never be used inside enclosed spaces. The fifth system is communication. Modern communication depends heavily on electricity. Internet routers shut down. Phone batteries eventually drain. Television and many radio systems may become unavailable. Battery-powered or hand-crank radios are often recommended for emergency situations because they can receive public information broadcasts even when internet services are disrupted. Portable battery packs can also help recharge phones when wall outlets are unavailable. The sixth system involves medical preparedness. Many households rely on medications, refrigeration for certain drugs, or electrical medical devices during long outages. Maintaining access to medications becomes critical. A small reserve supply of essential medications can prevent interruptions in treatment. Temperature-sensitive medications may need alternative cooling methods, such as insulated containers with ice packs. People who rely on electrical medical devices should also understand the backup options available for their equipment. The seventh system is temperature control. Electric heating and air conditioning systems stop working during power outages. Depending on the season, this can create uncomfortable or even dangerous indoor conditions. In cold weather, blankets, layered clothing, and insulated sleeping areas help preserve body heat. In hot weather, ventilation, hydration, and shaded living spaces become more important. Simple preparation can make these environmental challenges easier to manage. Another often overlooked system is household organization. During outages, people waste time searching for tools, batteries, flashlights, or first aid supplies. Stress increases when items cannot be found quickly. A single, organized emergency supply area eliminates this problem. When all essential items are stored in one location, responding to problems becomes much easier. The goal of preparation is not to predict every possible situation. Instead, it is to strengthen the basic systems that keep daily life functioning: lighting, water, food, cooking, communication, medical care, temperature control. These are the foundations of household resilience. The most important insight about preparing for a long-term power outage is that small systems matter more than large equipment. Some people focus on buying expensive generators or complex devices. While those tools can help, they are not the foundation of preparedness. What matters most is making sure essential needs can be met even when electricity disappears. A household that has water stored, food ready, lighting available, and medical supplies organized is already far more prepared than most. Preparation reduces uncertainty. It allows people to respond calmly when unexpected situations happen. Long power outages are not everyday events, but they are not rare either. Storms, heat waves, winter conditions, and infrastructure problems continue to affect electrical grids in many parts of the world. Preparing for these events is simply part of responsible household planning. A well-prepared home does not need to panic when the lights go out. It simply shifts to a different set of routines. If you found this explanation useful, consider subscribing to the channel. This content focuses on practical preparedness systems that help households handle real-world disruptions more calmly. And if you want to explore the topic further, there is also a helpful resource linked in the description that explains home preparedness and emergency planning in more detail. It can serve as a useful reference if you want to build a more complete household readiness plan.